Okay, so you're just going to start off taking your 2 blocks, and you're going to place one of the blocks lengthways and the other block at its tallest height. And you're just going to begin by lying down at the thoracic part of the spine, so the block is in between the shoulder blades, and then resting the back of the head on the second block, the tallest setting. And just making sure that you're comfortable here. If you need to, just use a blanket over the bottom block if you find that it's digging into the spine and it feels uncomfortable. And bringing the soles of the feet together, just letting the knees draw out to the side. And rolling the shoulders down the back and the palms just face up. So just beginning to open up through the upper part of the spine. And here, really focusing on your breath. So making the breath nice and big, moving the breath into the belly, and beginning to feel the expansion of the front ribs, through the front side of the body and the sides of the body. And just finding a calm, steady rhythm with your breath, and letting yourself begin to soften down. You really want to take your time here, just letting anything that's been crowding perhaps your morning or your day, just letting it disperse from the body. And very slowly you'll start to feel that the back is starting to soften. You can readjust the block at the back of the neck at any point, maybe lower it down a notch if it feels comfortable to do so. But if you prefer just to stay, and then slowly drawing the knees up, let the feet be the width of your mat, and then let the knees draw in together. And again, just rest there, just for a few breaths. When you're ready, pressing into the elbows and the hands, ease your way up. And just come into a seat just for a moment. The legs are together. And just gather yourself. Then when you're ready, just moving the blocks out of the way. And then very slowly just beginning to ease down onto your back. Draw your knees up towards your chest. Take some gentle rocks with your spine side to side. And then placing the feet flat to the floor, take your block again and place it on the lower setting just at the sacrum, lower part of the back. Make sure it feels quite comfortable, so draw your pubic bone up towards your navel. And then just taking your strap, you're going to put the strap over the top of the right foot and making sure it's at the ball of the foot. And just taking a hold of the strap, just let the shoulders drop down. And as you can see here, I'm just setting my timer for 2 minutes. So the first leg we're just going to hold for 2 minutes. And then if you want to, you can either keep the left knee bent with the sole of the foot flat to the floor, or extend the left leg away from you. Let the arms relax. Let the right leg relax. So this is a yin stretch that you're doing, so you really want to be as soft as you can in your body. And again, just closing your eyes and just coming into your breath. And this is a really nice stretch on the front left hip, as well as the hamstring of the right leg. Now, just taking the strap off, you're just going to very gently bend the right knee, draw the right knee close towards the chest, and just begin to make some circles with the ankles. So going 3 times one way, and then 3 times the other way. And then squeezing the foot and flexing the toes, spreading the toes just a couple of times. And then when you're ready, bending the left knee, place the foot flat to the floor, then lower the right leg down. And then we're going to take it straight to the left side. So you're going to begin by taking the strap over the ball of the left foot. And again, just extend the leg up. Take a hold of the strap and just let the shoulders draw down and drop down. And again, as you can see, I'm just putting my timer. So we're doing 2 minutes again on this left side. You can extend the right leg away if it feels comfortable, or just keep the knee bent. And again, just really nice and soft through the left leg. So try not to force the leg close towards the body. You want the body to relax into this posture. So if you force too much when you practice, you actually just end up contracting the muscles, and the muscles just go into, they just resist that force. So I just want you to just really relax and let gravity assist you on drawing the left leg down. And if there's any tightness that you feel in the backs of the hamstrings, just let the left knee bend slightly. Shoulders are relaxed. Okay, you're not tugging or pulling on the straps, they're just nice and soft. And again, just connecting back into your breath. You can close your eyes, just settle down. And then releasing the strap off the left foot. And again, beginning to bend the knee. And just starting to draw, again, take some circles with the left ankle. And then 3 in the opposite direction. And then squeezing the toes, and then really spreading the toes as much as you can. Just doing that a couple of times. And then lower the left foot down, bend the right knee, place both feet flat to the mat. Begin to lift the hips up, and then just draw the shoulders underneath the body with the palms facing up. And when you're here, you're puffing your chest towards your chin. Okay, your legs and your knees are in line with your hips, so make sure your knees are not knocking out to the side. You're rooting down through the big feet, big toes. And then gently lower the spine down. And then just, again, keeping the feet nice and wide, bring the arms out, and then just take some really gentle rocks or windshield wipers with your legs. And you can turn your head in the opposite direction to what your legs are moving in. And just doing that a few times, just moving gently, mindfully. Draw the knees back up to the chest, and then just gently rock side to side. Place your hands to the backs of your knees or the backs of the thighs and gently rock up to a seat. And just crossing the feet and then coming onto all fours. So we're in a tabletop position here. And you're going to bring your knees directly below your hips. Curl your toes under to get some traction. Spread the fingers, make sure your hands are shoulder distance, and then just starting moving into some cat-cow. So the exhale presses the heart to the sky, and then the inhale opens the heart, and you draw back through your hands. So imagine your hands pulling back towards your knees, and then you press the heart up. Close your eyes again, just be really mindful of this movement. So you can feel each movement through your spine. You can feel the shoulders draw down the back, broaden the collarbones. As you exhale, press your tailbone towards your knees, press your toes into the mat. As you inhale, draw your hands back towards your knees, and then begin to press your bum back towards your heels. Lift your knees off the mat, and then begin to lift the hips up. Keeping the knees bent, pressing the belly towards the thighs. Okay, the hands stay in the same position, so the fingers are spread, index fingers forward. And the triceps are drawing, or the backs of the arms are kind of drawing in towards one another. Yeah, so your arms are really active. And just taking some breaths here. Just keep the knees bent as you need to. And then just looking forward towards your hands, gently begin to walk your feet up to the backs of the hands, bringing the feet hip distance. And then just letting yourself hang. So catching a hold of each elbow. And just gently letting the spine just relax and dangle. So imagining all of your head stuff is just pouring out through the top of your head. And again, keeping the knees bent as much as you need to. Press through the outsides of your feet and the outsides of your hips. And then tuck the tailbone, release the arms, and gently begin to round the spine all the way up. Shoulders draw back, head is the last thing that draws up until you're up to standing. We'll step into the top of your mat, feet again still hip distance. Take a full inhale as the arms reach up. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up. Lengthen the spine, and then exhale over to the right, hips to the left. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left, hips to the right. Inhale back to center. And then begin to exhale, swan dive your body all the way down, engaging through the core of your belly. Hands either to the backs of the legs, the gaze draws up towards your belly, and the weight is in the front of your feet. Then inhale, lift the spine up, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, place the hands down, pick the left leg up and slowly begin to step the left foot back behind you. Drop down to your left knee and curl the back toes, lift the heart forward. So draw the right heel back towards the left foot, then take an inhale, reach the arms up. And just breathe in nice and full, nice and deep. Keeping the heart lifted, keeping the lower belly drawn in, pubic bone up towards navel. Then exhale, slowly bringing the hands down to the mat, root down through the hands, curl the left toes, pick up the left knee. And then very gently step yourself back into down dog. So just moving really mindfully, really slowly, like you're trying to move your body through butter. Inhale, roll forward, tucking the tailbone into high plank. Exhale, lower the knees, then stick the bum in the air, broaden the collarbones, lower down, chest and chin. Uncurl your toes, extend your legs back behind you. Roll the shoulders down the back and then just beginning to gently lift up into Bhujangasana or Cobra, keeping the elbows bent and drawn back towards the hips. Lengthen through the crown of the head, exhale to lower. Curl the toes under, press the bum all the way back towards your heels. And then picking up the knees, you're going to gently press yourself back into that down dog. And again, keep your knees bent as you need to. Belly is pressing towards your thighs. Inhale, lifting the right leg high. Exhale, pull the right knee in between the hands. Drop down to the left knee and curl the back left toes. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Keep inhaling as you start to reach the arms all the way up. And again, drawing the right heel towards the left foot. Exhale, hands come down. Curl the toes. Walk the hands slightly forward and very gently draw the left leg to join the right. Fold yourself down over your legs. Take an inhale as you rise all the way back up. And pull the hands down through the center of your heart. Another full inhale sees the arms rise. Interlace the fingers, press up through the palms of the hands. Lengthen the spine and exhale over to the right, hips to the left. Inhale back to center, exhale left, hips to the right. Inhale back, exhale, begin to swan dive the body all the way down. Again, hands to the backs of the legs, gaze to the belly. Inhale to lift the heart, to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, placing the hands down, pick the right leg up and step in the right leg back, dropping down to right knee. Uncurl the toes. Full inhalation sees the arms rise, and again, drawing the heels towards one another. So it's like you're trying to scissor your legs. So the right hip draws forward, left hip pulls back, belly draws in, and the heart is reaching up. Exhale, hands down, curl the back toes under, and step back into that down dog. Ripple through the spine, and then begin to lower down knees. Stick the bum up, broaden the collarbones, exhale, lower chest and chin. Uncurl your toes, extend them back behind you, pressing big toes and little toes down as you lift up to Bhujangasana. Elbows stay bent, shoulders down the back. Exhale to lower. Curl the toes under and again press yourself back through your knees into child's pose. And then very gently lifting the knees up to send yourself back into downward facing dog. Take an inhalation, lift the left leg up. Draw the left knee in towards the chest, step the foot down. Pick the foot up as you need to. If you need to, pick the leg up to get it to the top. And again, inhale, sweeping the arms up, reach all the way up. Keeping the breath full. Exhale, bring the hands down, curl the back toes under. Just walk the hands forward if you need to, or use the blocks, and then step the right leg forward to join the left, folding over your legs. Inhale now, starting to rise all the way back up, reaching through the tips of the fingers, And exhale, pull the hands back down through the center of your heart. Full inhale sees the arms rise. And then the exhale sees you swan dive the body all the way down. Again, gaze to belly. Weight pause forward. Inhale, lift the heart up to lengthen the spine. Exhale, place the hands down. This time, pouring the weight into the right foot, gently begin to step the left leg back. So it's quite a short distance now. It's about a leg length, if not a little shorter. And the left foot is turned, so if you imagine the left toes turned towards the left side of the mat. Left hip is dropping down, the right hip draws back. You might need to micro bend through the right leg as you fold over the right leg. And don't worry so much if the left heel is not on the floor. That's absolutely fine. That will come with time. And maybe using the blocks underneath your hands, feel free to use them as you need to. Inhale to lift the heart forward. Pour the weight forward into the front leg and then step that left foot back a little bit further. Drop down to the left knee and then begin to draw the hips back. And when you do so, think about stacking the hip in line with the left knee. Flex the right foot and then begin to fold over your right leg. So we're coming into a hamstring stretch. Trying to keep the hips in line with each other from the side. So if you imagine from the side, they're in a straight line. And inhale, lift the heart forward. And stick the bum back when you inhale. And really grip with the tips of your fingers. And then gently just begin to rock the foot, the right foot out to the right. And then back to center. So you inhale back to center. And exhale to the right. Inhale back to center and exhale right. Just do that a few times as it feels good to do so. And then you can just hold with the toes out to the right for a breath and draw the foot heel back slightly and drop forward into that low lunge again, and then begin to lift up through the arms. Full inhale there. Exhale to bring the hands down, uncurl the back toes, and then step the left leg forward to join the right. Begin to fold again over your legs. Inhale to lift the heart. Pour the weight this time into the left foot, step the right leg back. And again, drawing the left hip back, right hip forward, and beginning to fold over that left leg. So if you imagine the legs are like scissors and you want to draw them towards one another to try and keep your hips as forward facing towards the top of your mat as you can. Inhale to lift the heart again. Pour the weight forward into the tips of the fingers, lift that right leg and then drop down to right knee. And again, slowly begin to draw the hips back, flexing the left foot, draw the left toes back towards the face and begin to fold yourself over the left leg. And again, just use the blocks as you need to underneath your arms, underneath your hands. And just keeping the breath moving. Then inhale to lift the heart forward. And exhale, toes to the left. Inhale, toes up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to center. And again, just doing that just a couple more times, and then for the final one you're just going to hold. So just really play with it and see again what feels nice for you and what feels like a good hold for you. So don't be frightened to put me on pause, especially as you get used to the video. And draw the toes back up and then drop the hips forward. And again, you're going to come back into that low lunge. So full inhalation sees the arms rise, start to reach up. And then exhale slowly, tips of fingers down, curl the back toes, and then step in the right leg forward to join the left. Feet again hip distance, just fold yourself over your legs. So there's a lot of forward folding. It's going to open up through the backs of your hamstrings. Interlace the fingers behind your back and really root down through your feet. So your feet are really supporting the body. And the arms are just moving away from the body. Lengthen through the crown of your head. And make sure the shoulders don't creep up by your ears. So keep the shoulders really broad. So think about broadening your collarbones as much as you can. And the elbows, they might not come down that far, so don't worry. Just take it as deep as you feel comfortable doing. Then inhale to lift the heart up. And exhale again just to fold yourself down and over your legs. And then take a full inhalation, start to reach all the way up. And then exhale, pull the hands all the way back down through the center of your heart. Now you're going to bend down into your hips, so bend your knees, send your bum back behind you, and then begin to lift your arms up. And then start to extend the arms forward. And sink the bum a little bit lower. So think about dropping your tailbone towards your mat and lifting your heart forward and drawing the shoulders down the back. Engage through the core of the belly and then fold yourself over your legs. Okay, you're going to turn your toes out and your heels out. So your toes now point to the top edge of your mat and then gently begin to lower your bottom down towards the mat. Keeping the knees close towards the body, rest the arms on top of the knees, bring the palms into prayer. And you might find that you need to stack a blanket under your heels here, okay, just to feel that you're supported. Engage a little bit through the lower part of your belly. Just see how that feels. Play with this position. And then bring the tips of the fingers back behind you and gently ease your way back onto your bottom. Bring your legs together. Hands to the backs of the knees and point your toes down towards the mat. And when you do this, I want you to really think about drawing your pubic bone back up again towards your belly, but at the same time keeping your heart lifted. Okay, so I'm really, as you can tell, really big on heart is reaching and lifting and extending forward. If you feel comfortable, you can bring the tips of the fingers down and maybe lift the legs up so the shins are then parallel to the mat. Or if that starts to strain any part of the neck or the shoulders, then just keep the toes down. And then you're just going to gently, hands to the backs of the thighs, roll yourself down until you're all the way down to your back. And bring your feet hip distance. Maybe touch the heels with the tips of your fingers. And then just beginning to roll the shoulders down the back. Puffing the chest up towards the chin. Drawing the tailbone under and then beginning to lift the hips up for a bridge pose. And you're interlacing the fingers and pressing the little fingers down into the mat. Try not to squeeze your bum, okay, to stay here. Instead, work on imagining there's a block in between your thighs and you want to keep a hold of the block. But at the same time, your chest is puffing towards your chin. And then release your hands, release your spine, and then just let your knees knock in for a moment, collect your breath. And then we're going to go again. So shoulders draw underneath, beginning to lift the hips up. And again, imagine the chest puffing towards the chin, legs are strong. Breathe, nice and deep, nice and full, nice and slow. Really root down through your big toes and just find the parts of your body that you're really feeling it. And let those feelings arise within your body. Release your hands and again lower your spine back down to the mat. Bring your feet a little bit wider and just let your knees draw in towards one another. Rest your arms, rest your body. And then bring the arms out to the side, the palms face down, and gently again just come back into windshield wipers with your legs. And then you're going to let the knees drop over to the right and then place that right foot on top of the left knee and just get a little bit of traction. So you want to almost have the sensation that that right heel is sliding away and you're starting to get more of a stretch in your left hip. Left arm is going to draw up by the ear and then just turn your gaze to the left and just close your eyes. And at any point, if you want to lower the right foot down to the mat, just do so. Just come into a really relaxed supine twist. And then releasing the left arm, releasing the right knee, then draw the knees over to the left. Again, just getting that left heel onto the right thigh, essentially, and sliding the heel down. Left arm rises up by the ear, gazing to the right, just feeling that gentle stretch. Head back to center, releasing left arm, right arm, releasing the legs. And then again, just coming into those windshield wipers, letting the knees just draw out side to side, doing that as often as feels comfortable. And then knees in close to the chest. And just do some circles. So with your hands on the knees, just circling the knees clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And this is more about a massage into the lower part of your back. And then just releasing your legs down, arms out to the side, palms face up. Let the feet relax. And Shavasana. Enjoy.